This is week 6 of my film portrait project. Today I am channeling my inner Kurt Cobain. Light setup will be extremely basic. I will be just using continuous light. This one. As far as cameras, I have some Vision 500D left in my Pentax MZ-6. This one. Then I do have just a couple of shots left on this camera. This one has Cinestill 400D in it. And also I'm planning to shoot Cinestill 400D in 120 format through Hasselblad. I do have several outfits that I've planned, and let's see how it goes. This should be a very fun one. So the inspiration for this shoot were these images of Kurt Cobain that I have found on Pinterest, so I just went with this concept. For the light, I have this 300 watt LED and I'm using it at full power. For diffusion, I use this big umbrella with a sock. The first camera that I'm using is Minolta Capios 140. This is point and shoot. This is my first roll of film through this camera and I'm very much surprised with the results. All of these images were shot in portrait mode and flash was set to auto. Here comes this leopard vest that I thrifted a while ago. And finally, I'm having a perfect concept to wear it. I am very much aware how cringy and ridiculous this whole set looks. I am totally okay with being funny sometimes, and yeah, why not? Have I mentioned how much I love Vision 500D film? Well, I'm working with it again. But this time I'm using it for portraits under daylight because my LED light is daylight balanced. As far as camera, this is Pentax MZ-6. I love it, it's very lightweight, it has self-timer. This time I went with 28mm lens, which had 85B filter over it. After I uploaded video about Vision 500D film and mentioned that I'm using orange filter over the lens, if I want to shoot in daylight, several people commented that orange filter is incorrect and you're supposed to use 85B filter instead. Well, that's exactly what I have been using. It just looks orange to me, so I'm sorry for any confusions. I don't remember my exact settings, but I know for sure that I've metered at ISO 400. As far as settings, most likely my shutter speed was 1/60th of a second and the aperture was in the range of 4 to 5.6. Usually it's just my go-to setting when I shoot self-portraits, and I prefer to close the aperture a little bit to get bigger area in focus. Anyways, this was pretty much my first time using tungsten balanced film under daylight, and I am obsessed with these results. I really like the colors, and I personally find Vision 3 films are the easiest films to convert from negatives. I barely adjust anything, which makes it very quick and simple. Let's shoot some medium format Cinestill 400D. This was my first time using this film and I metered it at 400 ISO. A while ago I got rid of my Pentax 6.7 and instead I got this Hasselblad 500cm from Jamie Maldonado. I absolutely love working with this camera, it fits my shooting style. Unlike Pentax 6.7, I do have a viewfinder prism, but when I shoot self-portraits I prefer this waist level finder, and there is this screw-in self-timer that I use to trigger the shutter. To focus my camera, I was using C-stand. I have shot these images at 1/60th of a second and my f-stop was anywhere between 4 to 5.6. Just my usual go-to settings for film self-portraits. First impressions of Cinestill 400D. So far I like it. I liked it in 35mm format. I like the images that I have shot in Vancouver. You can check the video below. The colors are very nice, the grain is fine. Considering the fact I've been using point and shoot in auto mode, I think those images looked quite decent. As for medium format version of this film, it is still in testing stage and I only shot a couple rolls of it. For now, I've shot this film only at 400 and 800 ISO, and so far I haven't noticed much difference between grain size, and that is very promising. So I definitely will be playing with this film more under low light and push it to 1600 or even possibly to 3200, just out of curiosity as always. In one of the next videos, I will be using this film and playing around with color light, smoke and all of those fancy cool things that I really like. So keep an eye on that and follow my channel. Thanks for watching this video and see you in another one.